Hello Warfighters, War is Hell. Welcome to a brand new episode of Arma 3 gameplay and the beginning of Chapter 2 of Resolute Alliance, which is our 2035 World War III campaign that's pitting CSAT against NATO. Now, things haven't blown up quite yet, but that could happen pretty soon because remember, this whole campaign is all about cause and effect. I have no idea how this mission is going to end. And of course, the way that these missions end is going to determine how I set up the next one. So with this being the beginning of Chapter 2, let me kind of give you a rundown of what is going on and who we are going to be going up against. So at the end of Chapter 1, we saw that CSAT had successfully moved into the country of Georgia and taken the entire nation in a short amount of time. Now, CSAT thought that with Georgia isolated and surrounded by CSAT-friendly countries, NATO wouldn't really do too much, especially after Georgia had fallen. Now, that hasn't been the case at all. NATO has vowed to retaliate against CSAT, though no direct action has taken place anywhere in the world. So emboldened by what CSAT has been doing, standing up to NATO, and with NATO not seem like they're willing to take part in any full-scale engagement, Venezuela, a CSAT-friendly country, has vowed to join the alliance. And to show their support for CSAT, Venezuela has vowed to use its military to secure portions of the Caribbean and engage any NATO military vessels that come into its protection zone. Essentially, Venezuela is trying to secure portions of the Western Hemisphere for CSAT. So to ensure freedom of navigation for NATO military vessels and also for civilian vessels potentially, the SEALs are being sent in to lower the threat to those U.S. NATO vessels. So yes, Chapter 2 is going to be all about Venezuela. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the briefing. Now we have a U.S. sub, as you can see, it has been moving into the area and it's going to be dropping off the Navy SEALs at Isla de Margarita. Now CSAT has provided some weapons for Venezuela to help out with what they're trying to do in the Caribbean. So there are going to be some anti-ship missiles, and there's also going to be some aircraft supplied by CSAT to try and create an area it's going to be very difficult for NATO vessels to try and get into without risk of being heavily damaged or destroyed. So we're in our SDV right now, and you can see we are basically at the coast of Venezuela. Now there are some Navy SEALs that have already made it to the area and are waiting on us. So now that we're at where we need to be, we're gonna go ahead and get out, and we're gonna make it to shore. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is something that's been a pretty cool way to start off this mission. I think this is the first time I've ever done this on the War is Hell channel, getting inserted via submarine like this. So I'm obviously gonna try and build this here for what it's worth. But yeah, we shouldn't have any opposition with us getting onto the beach. Again, since we've got SEALs that are there already, the position should be secured, and we've done a pretty good job making sure that we stay quiet throughout all of this. So Venezuela really has no idea that we are coming. So we should just be able to get up to the shore, which is actually just right up ahead. You can already see we're in shallow portions of the water, and then we'll just have to find where the SEALs are and get what our mission objectives are going to be for this mission. So once we pop our heads up, that's when we're going to be in potentially some danger. We are landing pretty close to what our first objective is going to be, which obviously is a little bit risky, but we want to try and get in and out of here as quickly as possible. Time is going to be of the essence for this one. Now it looks like as we're getting out of the water, we've got some type of light that's shining in this direction off to the right. I think that is what objective 1 is going to be. Oh, and there we got the rest of the Navy SEALs. So what we're going to do is move on over to them, and then we're going to get all kitted up for this mission. We don't want to stay in our diving gear for the entirety of the mission. We want to make sure that we've got our body armor and everything too. So let's go ahead and find out what it is we're going to do for this mission. So meeting with the CO for the SEALs here, we've got 3 objectives really. So first, we've got to destroy the anti-ship missiles. That's going to be located in a facility that was near that light that you were seeing. Now, there's also aircraft at an airfield that is to the west of where we're at right now. Actually, scratch that, to the east. So it's in the other direction of where that light was shining from. We're kind of landed in the middle of it. We don't have enough people really to go through and split our forces. So we're going to have to go to 1. Hopefully we can draw some of their personnel to the first objective to make it easier for us to get to number 2. And then we've got to extract from the area. So pretty straightforward. Now we do have a UAV up ahead that's going to give us some information on how we can go about tackling this objective. We are in night vision mode right now. And so right in the center of the compound where we were expecting to see it are some of these anti-ship missiles. Now we know that there are 3 systems that are set up, but I'm really only spotting 2. And that leads me to believe that we've either got a third one that is inside the trees, or we've got it inside of one of the structures around the area. So as we move in, we're gonna have to be pretty careful. Now it looks like that position really isn't too heavily defended. Along the perimeter, we saw that there are some walls up. We've got some guys that are on patrol around here. They are going to be a factor for us, since it looks like no matter what we do, we're going to be encountering forces likely pretty quickly, since they'll be on alert and coming in the direction of anything that might be cause for alarm. There's a couple ways that we can get in. I mean, we could try and blow a hole through the perimeter wall, but obviously that's going to be something that is going to alarm everybody to what we're doing. And then we've got these entrances right here that I really don't know if we're going to be able to tackle them. I mean, it is kind of risky knowing that these guys are at the entrance. They do have some vehicles here. It's going to be difficult for us to decide what to do. But I think what I am going to do, since I figure we're going to be detected at some point, is we're going to try and blast a hole through the wall and kind of move in that way. The hope is that we've got a little bit of cover with some of the trees that are on the inside of the compound that will let us go. So what I've got right here is a challenge to try and get into the first objective undetected, or at least get to the point where I can get to the wall, plant the explosives before we are seen. Now, if this is something where I do get spotted right here, what's going to happen is we will have some reinforcements come in a little bit earlier, and we're going to have to fight our way to try and get into the compound itself. So I am going to be pretty careful about how I maneuver through here. We do have a spotlight, you can see, that has been scanning the area. That's something that has been just part of the defenses here for a while. So there's not anything still, we believe, that has clued Venezuela into the fact that we are here on the island, or what we're trying to take a look at doing. So every time that I see the spotlight start coming back to my direction, you're going to see me hit the dirt pretty quickly, try to use some of the trees and bushes for cover. And I'll explain at the end here of this video how this ended up going. So make sure you stay to the end, because I thought that this part was actually pretty cool, how I've got this whole spotting thing going. All right, so far so good. Now, I am being very conscious of the fact that I cannot see the origin of the light. So if I can't see where the light's originating from, it's very possible that the person who is on that light is not going to be able to see me. But I still got to be careful. I don't know if they have a UAV up at all. We haven't detected necessarily anything ourselves, but they could still be using something. Just turning off night vision here for you to see how dark it is and how much of a difference it makes when that light does come over this area. See, this one I was a little bit worried about. Oh, see, there we go. Now I can see the spotlight. But with how quickly it's kind of moving, I really feel like the only way that I'm going to be spotted is if I'm moving. So I still think even in that situation, oh geez, that came back fast. Did he spot something? See, I still think I'm okay down here. I've got those trees in front of me. Yep, I'm good. I haven't heard any alarm or anything like that yet. Using that tree for cover. Okay, so yeah, still good. Now I'm getting a lot closer. This is where it's gonna get more difficult for me. I might just have to bolt from one tree to the next for this next portion. And I've got my entire team behind me. They are prone right now just because I obviously don't trust the AI to be quite as careful with moving up as a player is. So I'm just going to keep them low. They'll be moving slow, but I do have the advantage of being able to figure out what's going on here and come up with a plan. So that way, as the AI are moving to my position, I can get them set up in a way that I think is going to be best for this. Now, we do have some bunkers. That spotlight is sitting on top of one of the larger ones on this side of the compound. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 smaller ones that are along there as well. We're starting to pick up some signs here on the HUD of personnel, but that could be the people who are on top. Okay, we're moving everybody up here a little bit quicker just because at this range, I feel like even if they are going to be crawling, they will be spotted. So we're going to open fire. Yep, that guy's probably going to get noticed. Maybe not. That had to have made it so I was seen. How did I not get spotted? All right, here we go. All right, so we've eliminated everybody on the top of that bunker. So let's move up, get closer to the wall. Now, nobody has fired back at us, but honestly, I'm not thinking that we have been too stealthy. I mean, they could have heard the bullets was over their head. You heard the cracks and everything. Something could have been called in on the radio. And then we've got some tracers too, so. Yep. At this point, I'm just operating under the assumption that we have been spotted. Clear out this last bunker. Okay, so now I'm going to move up to the wall. Now, as I was expecting, it seems like that the base is on alert here. Though the question is whether they know we are coming from this direction or what's going on. I mean, they could just be scrambling right now to get themselves organized. Again, not knowing necessarily what's coming their way. The hope is that that amount of chaos that we've caused is going to work to our advantage. But as soon as we go ahead and blow a hole in this wall, it's going to be pretty clear what is going on and what direction we're coming from. So we're going to have to move pretty quickly as soon as we've got this set up. So there's one breaching charge. And just for the sake of the group, I'm going to go ahead and set 2 of these breaching charges up on the wall to make a large enough hole for everybody to be able to move into the compound. All right. Got them set up here. I'm just going to move off to the side. And here we go. All right, got everybody moving in here with me. I'm not seeing anybody around here, so let's now just push through that hole. I'm going to get to cover over here on the left and use this large bunker for cover, but oh, we've got guys right here on the side. Now, I do have IR illumination, so the Venezuelans here aren't able to see this. And these guys don't have NVGs, so we're operating with an advantage here, especially with this being at night. This was actually part of the primary reason why we're engaging them when we are. Gonna continue to move up. Just gonna have to look on the HUD for enemy forces. Oh, but with all those trees over there, it is really difficult to figure out where these guys are. Gotta reload. This guy's moving kind of slow. There we go, finally got him. This next guy operating in the trees, he's down too. Looks like we got a lot of guys moving in from the trees off to the right. This is going to be difficult for us to engage them. Man, I'm going through more ammunition a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. Drop that marksman. All right, so our front and right is where a lot of these enemy forces are coming from. Okay, I'm going to stay low. I think we were getting engaged from directly up ahead. I'll get behind him. Oh, yeah, we got somebody up here. That guy could have done a lot of damage to us. More coming in already? I'm wounded. I think a grenade ended up getting us. Guy's on the ground, but I can't hit him. All right, things have really picked up now. Got a lot of forces moving in on this position. It's just going to be really difficult for us to push forward until we can take down some of these guys. So it's all defensive, it seems like right now. Dang it, gotta reload again. We're getting rocked hard over here. All right, we've got more down. I think we've only lost one of our guys at this point, which honestly is not too bad. Gosh, another marksman down. All right, I got to make sure that I've got the momentum here, so I'm going to start to push up here again. I might try and move up to the dome. Now, this dome is actually going to be pretty important because not only do we have to try and take out the missiles, but this is going to be a big part of their targeting system is that radar. So if I can destroy the radar, then that's going to further neutralize the possibility for Venezuela to use any other anti-ship missiles, unless, of course, a new one gets built. But all right, so things have gotten quiet. I'm just going to heal myself pretty quickly. This shouldn't be too bad, as you can see. I've got a few wounds, but nothing that's too catastrophic at this point, so I can continue to operate. I do have to watch this all pretty closely, because if I do end up dying in any of these missions, I mean, it's mission over at that point, and I could die a lot of different ways. Like, I can, you know, bleed out and stuff, so making sure that I'm paying attention to the wounds that I've got is going to be important. All right, we're good. Back into the fight. So that first dome that we went through, there wasn't anything in there. So I'm going to start taking a look at this one. What's different about this particular dome is just how lit up it is. Is there someone over there? Nah, he's down. Oh, we got somebody directly up ahead. Oh, we got one more inside of this building. Right, let's get this reload in. Yeah, they're engaging guys inside of it. There we go. We found the other anti-ship missile system. Just gonna go look around the perimeter. I'm not seeing anybody else. I think those were just some mechanics that were working on it. But this opens up to the area where we've got the other two. So this is a good position to be at, I feel like. All right, if we go to this doorway, might be able to use it to get some cover. Oh, we got some... I don't think we have anybody else in here, but it sure does sound like it. Oh, good shots by that guy. That's another hit that they got on me. This one in the arm. Looks like maybe a couple wounds right there. Well, everybody else has started to push up to me, and so we're going to be clearing out that open area now. Oh, my guy has opened that. Okay, that scared the crap out of me, seeing that door open. Okay, I'm going to try and move to this other side. See if I can flank around from our left, and then see if I can take out the radar dome. But first, let's go ahead and lay down some demo blocks here. Now, I do want to set it on the truck as well as the missile system itself, just in case that first one doesn't work. Then we've got the explosion from the vehicle itself to help. Oh, we've got somebody up on that radar dome, so let's take him out. Waiting for him to reload. There we go. Ah, dang it. Now I have to reload. All right, he's going after him. There we go. Look at him going through and drawing his fire, allowing me to get the kill. Appreciate that. All right, this area looks like it is basically clear. That was one of the last people to go down, and it's gotten pretty quiet now. So I think we've eliminated everybody that is inside of the base, but that's not to say that there aren't going to be some more reinforcements that are coming. Remember, we have that airfield that isn't that far away, and they could be sending some people to our position to try and stop us. Now, that would work if we can take them out and make sure that the airfield itself is not as heavily defended. Okay, I got 2 down. I'm going to lay down, I think, 4 on this building. That's going to give me enough to destroy the assets that we've got in the middle of the compound, that those 2 anti-ship missile systems, which I'm going to be moving to next. Cool. All right, hooking them up to the firing device. Yep, still bleeding. So let's get that patched up. See, there he goes, calling out that there's a charge. That wasn't obvious. I mean, heck, I'm the one who's sitting here planting all of them. All right, one more. I think so far I'm doing all right. I haven't lost too much blood. Probably should have put a tourniquet on that one before I started working on my chest, but that's okay. Nothing that I've got here is life-threatening at this point. All right. So we're going to start moving up here to these, laying down some demo blocks on them. We'll turn off NVGs just to kind of make it easier to see right here. Oh, I can just go ahead and... Oh, we got more coming in. Oh, dang it, they got a vehicle. On, here it comes. I'm gonna stay behind this. Okay. I think we've gotten everybody inside of it. Dang, those guys got here quick. All being shot from that direction. I feel like I'm stuck. I don't want to go move out into the open. I'm going to try and knock out the lights here so that way it's difficult for them to see us. We can continue to use the advantage that we've got with our night vision. Hopefully that suppresses him at least. I'm hearing the hisses from those bullets hitting those tires around me. Get the hit. We've got more vehicles coming in. Looks like our guys with AT are going to be able to do the job. Another light. Okay, what? One more? Maybe? Yep, we've got one more. Alright, now they'll still be able to see, at least register, I think, some of our muzzle flashes, but it is going to be harder for them to spot us. Now, the advantage it also gives us is it's easier for us to see them since their muzzle flashes show up a lot clearer with all the darkness rather than those lights shining on us. Okay, now I'm feeling pretty good to start moving to the next vehicle. All right, here I go. I'm going to make a break for it, but engage who I can along the way. Okay, I think I got him there. Dang it. These are the guys I'm most worried about. There I go, getting hit. I mean, I guess I could crawl to the next system, but I'm going to be slow going either way. I just hope they can keep me covered and engage anybody who starts firing this way. Okay, I am at the other missile system. Alright. We're gonna just lay this one here. Same thing, get it rigged to blow. Move up to the next one, or to this this truck carrying it. Remember, we're still placing down the demo block just for the Arma purposes. The explosion could be enough. All right, so the rest of the SEALs have been pushing up, clearing out more of the territory in front of us. Looks like just to what has been our left is really the only threats that we've got left. See, there's some muzzle flashes coming from directly up ahead. Oh, did that open up? All right, not worrying about it right now. All right, he's down. Tried to engage, but again, ran out of ammo. I don't know if anybody's gonna come out from here, but at some point, I'm gonna have to start clearing out of the area. Since we do have everything set up ready to blow right now, we don't need to be staying here any longer. We could just go ahead and fall back the way that we came in, detonate it, and then start heading over to the airfield. Now, again, the longer that we wait, the more difficult this is going to be for us. Dang it, I'm pinned down again. I've been hit yet again, too. I have no idea why, but it seems like after I got hit, I was able to run now. All right, I'm just getting out of here. We're gonna have everybody disengage. Yes, there are going to be a few guys that are left inside of the compound, but honestly, it's not too much of a problem. We'll be able to complete objective number 1 and get on to objective 2. So let's, again, just keep moving. We'll see how slow everybody can disengage, though. I think they're still in combat stance, so they won't be able to move to me that quickly. Yeah, and they're still engaging somebody. I don't think I'll be able to do too much, and I don't want to go around the perimeter and start clearing out all of these different bunkers that are set up. Okay, so some time's passed. Got everybody out. We're gonna blow it now. All right, all of those anti-ship missile batteries have been destroyed, so that should help out the Navy operate in this area with less risk. But of course, we got to take out the aircraft that are at the airfield. I think this will send a pretty clear message, though, to Venezuela that we're not gonna just sit down or stand by and let them do this. Okay, so there is the destroyed facility. We've got the radar station that has been destroyed. We've got the 3 missile systems. So we can go ahead and we can strike off that first objective of destroying the anti-ship missiles. So that is going to have a huge effect for the rest of this campaign, knowing that we should be able to allow the Navy to operate more freely in the area. Question is, how free can we make them? That's all going to be determined by what happens with that next objective of destroying aircraft at the airfield. Now, due to the sake of time, we're not going to be able to get a UAV up to get us that much intelligence of what we're up against. We've got to move here pretty quickly, and we can't really stay in a position for too long because after the destruction of everything there, we've started to notice that there is an air presence around the area trying to look for us. Now, this first pass just absolutely terrifies me. I am sure that it got its light on me, but the question is whether or not I ended up getting spotted. All right, so we got to get moving here and get there quickly. We still have a good idea of what we're up against when we go to the airfield, just from satellite imagery and other bits of intel. So what we should be up against is I think that there are going to be 3 fighters that are there, as well as 1 supply aircraft, so cargo aircraft. If we could take all of those out, I think we're going to be good. Now, just as a side objective, if I can take out the ATC at the airfield, then that really is going to neutralize their air capabilities for this particular portion of the area. Now, obviously, we've got other airfields that are around here, so we'll have other ways of being able to take them out. It's just our focus here are these ones right here. Ooh, got down just in the nick of time, as well as everybody else. Yeah, this helicopter is really moving quickly. All right, once we get to these trees, I think we're going to be completely safe from that helo. And we should be able to get up onto the objective really without being seen. So keeping my fingers crossed. We're staying as close together as possible. And again, we are trying to move quickly. The fact that we have to get 2 objectives like this, we couldn't split our forces. I mean, it definitely makes sense. but I just hope I'm not overstretching myself and my forces here, trying to move up to clear out this airfield. Now, I'd seen a lot of forces here in the intelligence beforehand, and remember how I said that I think some of the forces got pulled out of here to reinforce the installation where the anti-ship missiles were being deployed. So taking a look at what we've got out here, looks like we've got lighter defenses, just a few in the ATC. I saw one person on the top of the building off to the right. And we've got a hangar directly in front of us, now a little bit off to the left. Got some illumination. There's nothing I can do about that. That's coming from a lighthouse a little bit farther down the island. All right, we're going to start engaging them here in just a little bit. I'm going to try and get everybody into a firing line. We're going to engage at the same time, and the hope is that just one major show of force or one large engagement is going to do it, but I don't want to risk it. So here we go. Oh, I didn't even see these guys who've been patrolling around here. All right, reloading, and there they go. They just one round? Oh, I'm completely out of ammo. I'm gonna have to switch to my sidearm. And how I'm gonna get ammunition, that's gonna be a major challenge. Like, I don't want to take away from anybody else on the team, knowing that they're probably in the same situation that I am when it comes to ammunition, just really, really low. What I'd like to do is try and move to the front of that hangar and take some of the ammunition and weapons off of the Venezuelans that I've taken down. So I'm going to move in that direction just to try and help out. I'm going to try and keep as many of my forces back here at that rock as possible. It gives them some cover and allows them to look down the entire runway. So if anybody does start coming this way, they should be able to spot them pretty quickly. Okay, got to this position at least just fine. We might have, yep, there's somebody who is over by that cargo plane. And then we had these guys that are down here. Taking down a couple of them. I think this guy might be the last one. Dang it, I got a few people that are hitting me from different angles. All right, you guys just stay there. Is that guy still up? I think he is. Yep, he's up. Ah, he hit me once too. Oh, I'm dead. All right. I don't know what ended up killing me right there. I mean, it sounded like there was a rocket that went off, but I don't know if it was that or if I succumbed to my wounds. But anyway, like I said earlier, with these missions, if I do die, then that means anything I didn't complete is considered a failure. So the only thing I got was destroying the anti-ship missiles. Now, even though I didn't extract with the team, the rest of the team does get out, and they get all of us who passed away as well out. So we're okay there. But destroying aircraft on the airfield, since there's still going to be an air presence by Venezuela, we're going to have to try to find a way to eliminate that threat, which I think what we're going to do, just tying this all together and just knowing that we've got cause and effect, we've got naval vessels that are able to operate freely. I think we'll just bring in a couple carrier strike groups and we will take down those airfields and that aircraft. So that might be what we're seeing in the next mission. I'm gonna have to write that all up. But anyway, thanks for coming by and watching this. I need to give a special shout out to my son, actually, because he was the one who was on the spotlight at the earlier part of the mission. We kind of had it set up to where he was up there and he was really looking out for me. I told him, like, if you see me or any of my guys, you tell me, and we're going to say that the alarm got initiated, or the alarm was sounded and reinforcements ended up coming in. But yeah, he didn't spot me, which I was really, really surprised, because there was those couple moments I'm like, I didn't get seen. So that was cool doing that with my 7-year-old and letting him be a part of a video. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I love you too. But anyway, thanks for watching this all the way through. Obviously, more to come. Biggest thanks goes to everybody at Patreon for supporting me, allowing me to make this type of content, and their names should be showing up on the screen. We do have some new people on Patreon lately, which is fantastic. I really appreciate seeing and putting those new names on here, so thank you guys. And if you want your name to show up alongside theirs, and if you want to support me in the same way that they do, just take a look at the description below. you will find the link to Patreon there. Anyway, thanks for watching. War is Hell. You don't have to worry because Warfighters, I've got your 6.